Everyone, this is delicious Don Juan the Texas treat, and you are listening to the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. Joining me this week is Tommy.
Yeah, just realized I'm not wearing any kind of wrestling shirt. It's been a long day, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Showing that muscles though too, bro. Yeah.
Hey man, I'm trying, dude. Trying.
And we got Mike.
What's up, guys? It's Big Mike here, and we are closing down the tracks of 2023. And WWE is no longer owned by the McMahon, so hey, we got that.
Not officially.
You just gave up on that altogether.
Yeah. I'm going to retire any kind of intro thing because Electric Boogaloo, that was pretty cool and easy. I can remember rhyming, man.
Fair enough.
It's hard to do, right? You know,
Yes,
that's why
I'm a
so
math
many.
person, too.
That's why so many rappers just don't make it after a certain while. So, but, you know.
I thought you were going to say just don't rhyme the words anymore.
Yeah, well,
Don't
it's
do
hard to
that
tell
either.
if they even rhyme. They even speak. It's just mumble rap now, right? So. Yes, today we're going to look back at Impact Victory Road, get a quick rundown of how BOW went this past weekend, and talk about Go RCW Go, the event that River City Wrestling is putting on this weekend. It looks like Mike already has the shirt.
I do.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Nice. So, oh. That is the...
Why would I say that?
That is our Countdown City Uncensored Geeks, available only on OnlyFans.
Legacy, I think you turned into the wrong podcast. I think you're on one of those other. I think you have to pay for that access or something. But
Yeah.
Oh.
Usually you pay double for that kind of action con. Yeah. So. All right. So.
Great start.
Good,
Yes,
great. Yeah,
great
it is
start.
legit.
All right. Well, a lot has happened in the wrestling news bit this week. But obviously, we'll talk a bit about the merger. We're going to talk a little bit about the PWI 500 later on, but I first want to mention that the PWI Women's 150 is now the Women's 250. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Did I see that right? Yes. So, adding another 100
Legacy, damn.
What did he put this time? Jeez, let me get back to the chat here. So, oh, there we go. Yeah. Again, Countdown City Uncensored Geeks OnlyFans. Yeah. So, right. Yeah.
Show off the guns and we get a like spike.
It'd be the only OnlyFans that would say, "Hey, no, y'all owe us money because like y'all have negative subscribers."
Yeah.
I think the idea is they have to pay to prevent you from being, Anyways.
Yeah. Right.
Actually,
Well-
hell, if that business model works, I don't give a damn. So,
So it's the Women's 250 now, guys. Peter Pro Wrestling Illustrated. It's to see how that expands, how that comes about. Every time that they've added up numbers to this list, it's crazy. It started out as the female 50, women's 100, women's 150, now women's 250. They've said they've had trouble filling the list, but there's a great amount of talent out there. I'm pretty sure they're not going to have a whole lot of problems with it this year, getting to 250. So
When is that one supposed to come out?
usually it's next month or next
Okay.
issue, because I think it's 500, women's 250,
And then tag team?
the tag team. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, Tommy, maybe one thing we should do, or we can all do it, obviously, but which local Mission Pro or local female talent is the highest ranked on that list? And maybe do some predictions before it officially comes out.
if it's not Maddie, we're all gonna suffer though. That's the problem. It's like legitimately, we will be in pain.
You say like they have to be like a homegrown talent from here, or
Well, just
someone that
other
wrestles
people that we
regularly
kind
here?
of, like
Well,
obviously
I
not.
only know from like Mission Pro, really.
Yeah, maybe the Mission Pro.
Yeah.
And there's some of those that also go to RCW and stuff like that.
Because like I don't think Tiffany Niev's
DOW.
got to be somewhere maybe not high, but in a decent rank at this point.
You would think.
I would think Genocide would be up there, right?
Genocide's got to be up there. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's had a killer year, and killer.
I'd probably have her at the highest at this point for sure. So
Probably.
yeah. So least of the talent that wrestles around here locally regularly.
Tommy's just out of principle is going to put Jasmine at like -1,000 or
Oh
5.
no! I'm not that mean. She'll be at 251.
She should be on the list, though. We'll say that. I mean,
Yes.
No, she should, of course.
At
Obviously.
251. Oh darn! Just missed.
messed up.
I'm a jerk. Who cares?
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah, because I hurt her feelings at this point. She didn't even listen to me.
Now, the biggest news in wrestling so far, also at least this week, has been that the merger between UFC and WWE has officially completed. It is now one company called TKO. Endeavor, which was the UFC's parent company, owns 51% of the company, and the WWE shareholders will own 49% of it. Dana White, former UFC president, now serves as, I think, where is it right here? He's officially the UFC CEO. Ari Emanuel will be the CEO of TKO. He was under Endeavor, and Endeavor's Mark Shapiro is the president and chief operating officer under the new company. Vince McMahon, a former chairman, acts officially as executive chairman of TKO, and Nick Khan serves on the board as well, and also as WWE president. So, I think officially though, Triple H is still head of creative.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah. So
In name, apparently.
in name, right? Yeah. So a lot of shuffling around here, a lot of chain of command stuff going on. I'm sure they've got it help figured out, but in essence, creative is supposedly run completely by Triple H. We'll see. So, but guys, is it weird to y'all that Vince McMahon, at least to an extent, is no longer the majority holder of the company that
I would like
runs
to have happened
WWE?
under different circumstances, but yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Remember, like a year and a couple months ago when we thought he was gone, and we were finally into a new era. So,
And then I predicted he would come back or weasel his way in, and here we are.
I want to say this in the well. Let me just say I'll say it the same way I talk about Cowboys. Until Jerry Jones is gone, I ain't. I ain't
I
messing
mean,
with
yeah.
it.
Well, I will say this because when we brought this up, a friend of mine who I don't think has watched the show a lot, but his name is Ilmatic Angel. Well, he doesn't watch WWE at all. He swore them off long ago. He's one of the few people who I know says I don't watch WWE and sticks to it. Like he may catch it every now and again, but as for actively watching it, he does not. Like, you know how people say I'm not going to watch WWE and they see like every show.
Yeah.
Angel's not one of those people. He doesn't watch WWE and is quite happy about it. But he's not a fan of this deal. If I have a second, let me just read what he posted on one of the groups we're in.
Okay.
He said I have seen a lot of questions from WWE fans curious about the future. Let me give you an insight as a UFC fan, and it's not good. Former Endeavor is not a company that is consumer friendly. They are truly awful. To get into the building, the pay-per-views are $900 minimum at nosebleeds. Not all pay-per-views, but the big ones. They set it up where you have to have the ESPN Plus paid service to watch their regular shows. Then for pay-per-views, they raise prices to $75 to $80 per pay-per-view. This company has a whole lot of debt, and the consumer will pay for it. WWE fans will for sure suffer. This is the business model that turned UFC into the media monster it is. I hope I'm wrong, but needless to say, WWE fans are effed. This is that. Now again, that's all his opinion, but I'm like, wow, that's concerning. So
Well, yeah, that is something to think about. WWE's networks, at least domestically, their deal with Peacock expires in what, 3 years? It's been 2 years on Peacock so far. They
yeah, I
signed
think
a
it's a
5-year deal.
Yeah, I think it was a 5-year deal.
Now UFC, obviously, yeah. If you want to watch pay-per-views, you have to be a subscriber to ESPN Plus, which is I think $5 a month right now, and then you have to pay for the pay-per-view on top of that, which ranges anywhere from $50 to $70, depending, right?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there are some benefits to having ESPN Plus for UFC. Some of the fight night events you can only watch them on ESPN Plus, things like that. But another thing to think about: UFC has a deal with ESPN for their broadcast rights. I don't know how much longer is left on the USA deal for Raw and the Fox deal for SmackDown, and what the future of that's going to be. You know, are they going to try and renegotiate those with ESPN or ABC and stuff like that too as well?
Yeah,
But it is very interesting to think, like, you subscribe to Peacock and you get all that stuff, and WWE Network's now on that. But in 3 years, when that deal expires, how are they going to move it? Are they going to move WWE Network onto ESPN Plus? Like that's going to be very interesting to see. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot going on. So it's a long time away for that though. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like everything I've heard about this doesn't. I mean, even beyond what Tommy said, his friend said, doesn't sound good for the average fan. Like they were talking about, oh, maybe WWE will become the home for other UFC fighters after their careers are over. I don't want this long line of UFC dudes coming, or even the UFC women, just because they're connected companies. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't sound like some.
I don't like it because I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term Enochiism in
Yes.
Japanese wrestling. I feel like this could be the beginning of that in America, and I don't mean that in a good way. I feel like this could start that, and not be the downfall of it. But I just like that could not go well if done improperly. So
Maybe MJF's 2024 is a little different now that it's
I'm
TKO.
like
and
98% sure he's already re-signed with AEW. I am at this point, but well, then
You
again, I
know-
could be wrong.
well, he is their biggest babyface now. So
I mean,
Bro,
after
no
that Steiner
lie.
match,
Oh my
promo,
God.
My God, that was
Okay.
the greatest thing.
I
Okay.
was watching it live, and it's supposed to be like let's play this from last week, and then you just hear it coming. You're like, oh no! And he does the whole damn thing, and it was
Look,
and Adam Cole in the back just not breaking. I don't know how he didn't.
oh, there had to be multiple
that was
takes.
probably take. I was just gonna say the thing, JC. That was probably take 5, dude. There's no way that was the first take because Renee should have broke. Adam first, because Adam is goofy as hell. That's why I love Adam Cole because that's why I love his channel. It got us a glimpse. Like in real life, he's such a nerd. He's so funny, and there's no way that they did. They must have either rehearsed that before or that was take 5 because there's no way that was the first take. Because Adam Cole is so goofy. There's no way he'd be with he'd just be like, wow, he must have how they do in acting when you're not supposed to react. He must have just been thinking of kittens in a meadow, kittens in a meadow, kittens in a meadow the whole time.
Oh
That's just
my God.
So because by the way, that was too perfect. He got it too right.
Really was.
He nailed it right. Maybe change this word here or there to make it fit for his adding Grand Slam there instead of sacrifice. And it's funny, like not long ago, I think Scott Steiner did an interview where he's talking about that promo. I was like, look, man, I didn't expect it to do what it did. I was just having fun. I was trying to pop for the boys and stuff, and that's true. But surprised Peter Williams didn't laugh years ago. But yeah, of all people to do that promo again, I did not expect it to be MJF. I really thought Claudio was going to be the one to do it. Do you know
what I want to imagine? I want to imagine Joe watched that later and just was crying, laughing. Just like he's like, I can't believe. First of all, you did it. Secondly, you said it verbatim. What the hell, dude?
Oh my God! The ultimate twist of it was one day before Samoa Joe retires, he delivers that promo to somebody. There's just
he got to because you go up against Samoa Joe, you gotta.
I feel like I ask this question every so often. Who won that match?
Didn't Kurt Angle?
Probably. I mean, that would make sense.
You know what? That's a really good question, Mike.
Like we never ask.
It was 15
with
years
those
ago.
odds that were in his favor, 166 2/3%, I don't think he won.
See, it was what, 15 years ago now?
Has it been that long? God,
how 10 years ago? It's been a while. I know that.
Oh, it was. Which one? Was it 2008?
2008, yeah, 2008.
Okay, because you know what, Kaz ended up replacing Steiner in that replacing Angle in the match. So it was actually Joe actually did win.
Oh. Jason said Angle did, but Samoa Joe won it.
Yeah.
Joe defeated Kazarian and Scott Steiner too.
Against those odds, we never talked about this.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. But actually, but it was Kaz instead of Kurt Angle, so that way it changed the odds a bit.
Should that have made his odds better?
But in theory, yes. But when you think about it,
you have to redo the math. You have to do the formula,
because Kaz's math is different at the time, So you have to take maybe at that point it's maybe like a 20% chance in Kaz's favor as opposed to, but Steiner's still genetic free. So.
I just want to say that I am 0% sorry that we got onto this topic from the merger.
I don't care.
Well, it is math
zero-
related. I mean, the new company's worth $21.4 billion, 51% Endeavor, 49% WWE. You know, so
But if TKO went up against Scott Steiner in a match, it would still have a.
And according to the odds, the fans have a 166.2% chance of not being as happy as they used to.
You see,
I don't know, Jason. I have no idea. So
you see, JC. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for the WWE fans.
it really does. It really does. A little bit of
Anyway.
trivia on that match at Sacrifice. That was actually Steiner's Feast or Fired world title match.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, Mike, I'm with you. I don't regret at all that we got onto this subject.
Nah.
I don't care.
Love you. Say goodnight.
Good night.
All right. Mr. Lego's here. Yeah.
Bye.
Old Chimuelo over there. He's not losing teeth. It's crazy. All right. Yeah. So, I am interested to see how this match with MJF and Smojo handles out after the MJF math promo and see where this goes. So, all right, let's get into. We'll talk a bit, like I mentioned, about the PWI 500. The top 10 was released earlier today, but then we also got a full 500, and there is a notable name missing from it that might shock people.
You mentioned this. So,
yeah.
Okay.
BOW was this past weekend. Obviously, Tom, you were working the event. Mike, you attended, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was...
Give us a breakdown. What happened? How was it? I was busy coaching a softball team and all this other stuff too. So, yeah. And attending a football game. Go Runners. So.
Yeah. Speaking of that, JC, you okay? I thought the divorce papers would have been signed immediately.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
Okay, just making sure. We were just making sure.
Because the Longhorns put a thrashing on Alabama that night, that made everybody feel a little bit better.
Okay, that's okay.
So,
all right, we just thought if you needed somewhere to stay, Mike was offering, we can get the couch, over here.
And I'm not gonna lie too. I pulled up on my phone the YouTube TV during that fourth quarter when I saw that there was still like ahead and had to lead. And I was like, oh crap!
It's a good game.
I'm not gonna lie. I was watching part of the matches and then going to my phone every now and then for that fourth quarter.
I will say this, and I said this on Sports Minorities, recorded last night, released today. I'm proud of this rivalry. 49,000 plus, second highest crowd in UTSA's history.
Wait, was that through the turnstile or that was everyone that they...
Through the turnstile. The same, they don't do that crap. 49,000 plus. That's the second highest UTSA football's history, the highest for the rivalry. The bands have a tradition now where they play the halftime together, combined, one big show on the field, which is pretty awesome. Both bands together.
Is that because Texas State doesn't have enough for a full band, or
they both have enough for a full band? It's a cool thing.
That
So
was such a
yeah, it was a dick thing to say, but it's pretty funny.
It was.
But it was loud in there. It was.
I believe it.
Runners represented. Bobcats came down, and the fans showed up, showed out. It was loud. It was a great time. And I said this last night on Sports Minorities, put it today. ESPN, when are you going to come for College Game Day for this rivalry? 1 year, you got to do it because it is really something special, something growing. So, yeah. All right, BOW. How was the event, Mike? Obviously, you were going back and forth between the game and the matches and stuff. So.
Well, that was just toward the end because they almost were going in sync at time because it's like the UT game started at 6 and the doors opened at 6. But no, it was a really good show. They have a lot of people from the Rhodes Academy from Destin School up in Austin that kind of go through there.
Yeah.
Had a really good tag match with Fly Def versus
RWA Outlaws.
Yeah, the RWA Outlaws. Much better. I mean, not much better, but it was a really good match. They really teased the RWA Outlaws, like stealing the belts from them. But they pulled it off in the end.
That's because those jerks stole everything else. Sorry.
One of the best things was who was it that had the Call Your Shot Cup?
Sun 7.
Okay, so the cruiserweight is it the cruiserweight for y'all guys?
Yeah.
Cruiserweight champion, according to Terry, gave it he went into the BOW office and gave up the belt for whatever reason, wasn't going to defend it anymore. So they had a match between two other people, like, for the title, so a championship match. And then Slim Seven comes in with his Call Your Shot little cup, kind of like what the Mission Pro Cup is apparently going to be, and threw
Almost like a
himself
cash-in, basically, or what?
basically, yeah,
It was a cash-in,
and
yeah.
made it a triple threat. And much like Scott Steiner, apparently, after all that, didn't win it.
Yeah.
So we were kind of laughing, like, haha, you used your cup and you didn't win it.
Got to
Well,
redo the math.
because it was also with the other guys in the match were Phil Noir and Ozzy, who ended up winning.
Yeah.
And Ozzy pinned Phil Noir. Of course, Slim Seven blamed Phil and said it's your fault because you got pinned. So I don't know why that made me laugh, but it did.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'm not as familiar with the two guys that Phil Noir and Ozzy.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were really good. I knew a little bit more. Or I'd seen Slim Seven, I think, in some of the previous shows. And it was a good match.
You probably have. He's probably just been in multi-man matches against the RWA before, yeah.
But I just thought it was kind of funny that it was an unsuccessful cash-in because you don't usually see that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, TJP, I've got to share this with the show because I told you two guys. Or I don't know if I told you, JC. I posted it. But so he had a match with Soda Pop, amazing match. He's as good as you've always seen on TV. Got to meet him and take a picture with him afterwards. And even told him, I was like, hey, if you don't mind doing me a favor, tell Jeff Cobb that I'm a huge fan, both literally and figuratively. And he laughed and he thought that was funny. He was like, no, I definitely will, man. He was really cool, had a good match. And yeah, just all across the board, all the matches are really good. So
I almost got beat up twice.
I mean,
if you're not trying to get beat up, Tommy, did you really enjoy yourself at a wrestling show? I mean,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Also, can you believe Tommy was there like 45 minutes at least before the show started?
Well, he's working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're paying him. I'm just saying,
Why do I do this show?
I'm just saying, it makes
sense. Why do I do
sense.
this show? Like,
Because you love us, that's why.
I guess that's one reason.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it that.
Oh, so I was sitting with B Ninja. I don't know if B Ninja's in the chat right now. I don't think he is, but
I haven't seen him yet.
we were sitting there and
I think he's playing Mortal Kombat actually.
probably.
Oh, yeah.
Boss Baines had a match with Rashad Evans. Is it Rashad Evans? What am I thinking?
Damn it! You're thinking of ATL, the movie. Yeah.
What's his
Rashad
name?
Evans was a UFC fighter. But yeah.
Okay.
His name, DeMarcus Rashad.
DeMarcus Rashad. Okay, sorry. And Rashad won, right? Or did Baines win? No, Baines won.
Baines won.
Okay. So after the match, he comes and he sits behind me and B Ninja. And him and B Ninja know each other some. Like you guys, like you've known each other for a while.
Yeah.
And he's kind of talking smack, and he's kind of in character, kind of not, right? I just think, like, because sometimes the BOW guys will do that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, for the next match, he goes, you know what? I'm going to go get involved in this match. And we thought he was messing around, but he really did. And I was like, and I turned to him, I was like, did he just play us so we could, like, be ready for this next match? He just came and started talking to us until he got involved in the next match, and then cost the person the match. But I was like,
he cost Vic because DeMarcus is a jerk sometimes, but I love him, so I can say that. So I don't care.
well, you guys, them. I mean, apparently everyone's a jerk. So.
That's true too. You're not wrong. But I will say it was cool the TJP match with Soda because Soda is really come a long way in his career, and to get to wrestle TJP, I know was like just a huge thrill for him, and to win the match. I honestly I didn't even see that coming. I really didn't, but won the match. It was a great match. I know he probably was just just have it, but yeah, it was a great night.
It was.
Very cool.
But what did get set up for November 4th is we will be seeing Savage King defend the belt against the crown jewel of Bullet Club, Chase Owens, because he jumped because in the middle of the heavyweight title match, Chase decided, hey, my knee's fine, and jumped Savage King.
Yeah.
And gave him a nasty package pile driver. That looked like he hit that thing square on.
Yeah. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun show all the way across. So
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Thanks, guys, for that. Thank you, BOW, putting shows on. I'm gonna try and get to one. November 4th is the next event.
Yes.
That is a
November
Saturday, right?
rain.
That is a Saturday, right? Check
It's a
my calendar.
Saturday.
But it's rain like
Yeah.
Roman, not like the sky rain.
So-
Damn it.
It is.
I know, but still, damn it.
All right. Impact Victory Road took place this past Friday night, and just kind of want to go through the results here. No title changes on the show except for one, and that is that Tommy Dreamer defeated Kenny King to win the Digital Media Championship. It was a title versus career match, and Dreamer would have had to retire from in-ring competition had he lost the match.
So is it just that match, or is he pulling a Mickey James?
As far as I know, it's just that match.
Oh,
From what I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, it was just that match. Leo Rush defeated Kushida to retain the X Division title, which there was a title change tonight. We'll go over that in a second. MK Ultra retained against the Shantaraj. Crazy Steve defeated Black Taurus. Jordan Grace defeated Deonna Purrazzo. Huge win for Jordan Grace.
Mm-hmm.
PCO defeats Bully Ray in Anything Goes match. Rascals retain the Tag Team Championships over the Motor City Machine Guns. Trinity defeats Alicia Edwards to retain the Knockouts title, and Josh Alexander defeats Steve Macklin.
But you gotta believe means that Josh is next to challenge Alex Shelley.
For sure.
Yeah.
That has to be getting set up for Bound for Glory. It just makes the most sense. Which, by the way, they did announce Bound for Glory October 21st in Chicago. Inductees into the Impact Hall of Fame that year will be Mike Tenay and the late Don West, who passed away this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Kazarian made a surprise announcement tonight on Impact 1000 on who the next inductee is going to be, and that is Tracy Brooks.
Yeah.
She was in the ring. She was in the ring with him, had no idea that he said, let's check out this video package, and it was a package to announce that she's going to be inducted to the Impact Hall of Fame this year in Chicago at Bound for Glory.
My original TNA crush. Of this I am not ashamed.
She still looks good, dude.
Yeah.
She still looks good. Yeah.
I heard Trinity. I heard Trinity was at this show too, and not Trinity, but Trinity.
The old,
yeah.
She was one of my favorites too, dude. Like I was like, dude, does she do autograph signing? Because she was like I kind of felt like her, like Mike feels about Lita. She was like kind of like that level, because like she was dangerous and beats people up, and all that equals hot to me. I don't know why. Just my personality.
Did she come to RCW years ago?
I want to say yes, but like a long time.
I feel like I remember. Yeah, I feel like I remember her being there though. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, RCW had a few like Impact like female stars, because ODB came through at least 2 or 3 times. Angelina Love was there, I think, once or twice. And one of my favorites, who I don't know if she even still wrestles anymore on a regular basis anyway, was Hamada. Because the main thing I remember about that night is apparently we had her laughing the entire night. From what I think it was Hernandez said she couldn't stop laughing at us the entire night because just we wouldn't shut up. And she said he said like she was just over in her corner just cracking up every time we looked at her. So
yeah, and it's not RCW related, but don't forget when we had Chris Sabin in town. So.
Oh my God. Sunday.
I meant to tell him that story when I saw him like at ROH years ago, but I forgot because I just got to get a picture with him. But I've always wanted to tell him that story. See if he even remembers.
I mean, next time we see him, I'm sure Speaking of Sabin, he is now a 10-time X Division champion. Defeated Leo Rush tonight on Impact 1000 to win the X Division title.
Can I just say that's always been one of my favorite belts?
Yeah.
Like just like favorite championships ever is the X Division. Primarily because guys like Sabin and AJ Styles had it, and like all they did with that belt. So that's always been one of my favorite titles.
He's like the Miz is to the IC title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or now like Gunther is to the IC title.
Well, no, those are
I get what you mean.
Number of reigns and length of reigns, 2 different things. But
yeah. I know. I'm being a jerk.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, I mentioned last week that part of the Impact 1000 is that Gail Kim was getting back in the ring along with Awesome Kong. They have officially announced the full match, which will take place next week. It's Trinity, Jordan Grace, Mickie James, Gail Kim, and Awesome Kong versus Deonna Purrazzo, Tasha Steelz, Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans, and Angelina Love. A 10 knockouts tag team match. So
nice.
Yeah.
6 to midnight. Like I was the only one thinking it.
Yeah, but you're the only one who said it.
Whatever. This time.
Still, Victory Roads looked like a great show. I mean,
Yeah,
I haven't gotten to see it yet, and I love what Impact is doing. Right now, though, on TV, you're going to get a lot of the Impact 1000 celebrations. This is a major deal for them. But the road to Bound for Glory is where we're going with this. You guys said it. Josh Alexander seems to be in line for Alex Shelley's title shot there. Saban is the X Division title. Does he try and insert himself into that match somehow with option C?
I say no. I honestly feel like he's gonna have someone challenge him for the X Division Championship, and this match between Shelley and what was his name?
Josh Alexander.
Thank you. It's gonna be 1-on-1.
No, you pulled the me.
I know. It really was a long day.
Yeah.
It really was a very long day. I'm so tired. But I think Saban's gonna get like either a blast from the past, or like they're gonna have a legit contender. Maybe Leo Rush tries to get a rematch, or maybe it's like I don't know, insert name here. So yeah,
maybe some sort of Ultimate X. You think was possible? I mean,
well. Just to be contrarian, I'm going to say yes. He does insert himself, and then the title is put up in an Ultimate X for the next person to win it. Boom! There you go. How about that?
Nailed it.
Okay.
No,
hey, what do I know?
Well, none of us know Impact when there's more than 3 people involved. So
that's true.
Obviously, gotta love the scrambles, right? So,
which coincidentally enough is coming up in a local show. So
yeah,
a couple of them.
All right. Quickly though, before we move on, CadaverCon is what, 2 weeks away now?
Just about.
Mike,
just
like this from this weekend. It'll be 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Hey, Legacy, you still in the chat?
We'll
Anyways, if you're there, throw out some info. But we've been talking about this. We got word about this what seemed like months ago, and now it's 2 weeks away. So as we've been talking, CadaverCon at the end of the month, September 29th through October 1st, in Portland, Texas, out near Corpus Way. And again, as we've talked about on the show, you see the people there. There's going to be, I forget it every week, Tommy, but what Ranger reunion in space?
In space reunion. It is the 25th year.
There you go.
I don't blame you. There are so many. It's crazy.
No. You have to be an obsessive maniac fanboy to know which one it is.
Like I said, Legacy.
It's me. I'm obsessive maniac fanboy. Him too. But I mean me. I'm obsessive maniac fanboy.
But yeah, and then a ton of voice actors from a bunch of cartoons and anime. You see characters from Avatar there. Characters.
Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry. I was 10, dude. I was 10.
You see a bunch of voice actors from even some Nickelodeon shows there, some people from Star Wars shows. And it's just going to be your normal con. There's going to be a bunch of other stuff. We've talked about the cosplay contest where the winner gets a straight up Mando suit. Apparently, there's going to be Kids Cafe. There's going to be there's the Mando suit that the cosplay winner gets. So that's kind of cool. Apparently, there's going to be a rave one night that's associated with it, as far as I know. So, break out your glow sticks and your pacifiers.
A rave at a con is just the con to me. It's like
fair enough.
How many lightsabers are we going to see at this rave? That's what
dude.
I want to know.
Dude.
How many could you not possibly see?
How many remixes of the Imperial March and Duel of the Fates are we going to get?
Bro, there are some fire trap
remixes
of that out there, dude. Yeah. There are some fire ones out there.
So, yeah, again, you see the QR code, cadavercon.com. And again, considering some of the cons that happen in bigger cities, these tickets and the weekend passes are a lot more affordable because it is in kind of a small town, but it's got a lot going on. So the geeks are going to be there. They're going to be doing panels. They're going to have access to pretty much all the celebrities there. They'll have a table and booth from what I understand. So go check them out and support them. Like I said, I won't be able there. Tommy will probably be there on the weekend.
Yeah, I'll be there for sure Saturday and Sunday. Friday's still possible, but for sure Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. So there you go.
I gotta switch windows here because thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
Now I gotta switch here because we are gonna quickly talk about the PWI 500. The top 10 list has been released.
Yes.
Now let me just go ahead and read off the top 10 right now, and I'm gonna go in reverse order because number 1 was a bit of a shock to me. Number 10 is Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
9, Josh Alexander. 8, Orange Cassidy. I remember saying last year he should be top 10 next year.
You're not going to do any suspense to this? You're just going to read them out real fast?
Okay, I'll read it.
I'm just
slow it
kidding.
down. I'll slow it down. Number 7,
Number 7,
Okada.
Okada.
I'm
Number
okay with that.
6, MJF.
I'm kind of shocked he's that low, but okay.
Yeah. Number 5 is Hijo del Vikingo. Number
He's
4,
had a killer year.
Gunther.
He's had a killer year.
Yes.
Yeah. 3 is John Moxley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's where it's crazy. 2 is Roman Reigns. And number 1 is Seth freaking Rollins. The top 3 is the former
Shield?
members of the Shield, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think that's fair. But this may get me shot. But was I the only one who thought they wouldn't have been surprised if Gunther had even been higher than that?
No.
I
honestly wouldn't have.
He has been killing it this year, man.
And to be honest, with Reigns, it's the story and his character, and not so much the matches.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't wrestle a lot,
Yeah.
and his matches tend to be long and kind of story driven,
Yeah, story driven.
Yeah.
which can kind of bog down at times. But it's still playing off one of the biggest stories of the last couple years. And he is, the guy in WWE. So that I'm not shocked about. But to me, Moxley and Rollins, sandwiching him, are workhorse guys. Moxley, how many times has he had to step up for AEW when stuff's hit the fan?
2 weeks ago. Sorry.
Every time it seems.
Yeah, I mean, and he just, I think like 2 years ago, he was supposed to take a 6-week break or something and never got it.
Yeah.
And it just kept going and helped create, Blackpool Combat Club, which is, one of the best things on AEW now. And I've said this for years about Rollins, even though he's stuck in WWE and he's kind of a WWE guy, and so he also plays into his character of, what I think is just like Lady Gaga for guys. He can go with anybody, and I think his name should be included when you talk about Danielson, Okada, Ospreay, and whoever you consider like the top guys in the business right now. I do believe Rollins can go with any of them. So, yeah.
Yep. Number breakdown here. If I'm calculating this right, it's 4 in the top 10 that are WWE.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 are AEW. 1 Impact, 1 New Japan. Vikingo, where's Vikingo based out of?
AAA mostly now.
AAA mostly, right? Yeah, so
Yeah.
1 AAA there. Yeah. So it's starting to even out a little bit, at least on the WWE AEW side of things, I'm not going to go through the full list. Obviously, we're going to spend some time kind of breaking it down. The full list just came out. We're going to spend some time next week kind of going through it.
How was Ospreay 17?
That was one of the controversies. People wondering why wasn't Ospreay a top 10? He was missing, and he dropped to 17, even below Bryan Danielson. But as I mentioned to you, there's one name completely missing from this list.
Oh, yeah.
It is New Japan. It is Tetsuya Naito. He is not on the PW5.
Oh, shit!
Yes. PW 500 anywhere.
The only way that happens is if he doesn't meet certain criteria, because there's
okay.
And I don't mean this as a disrespect to the indie wrestlers, but there's no way that someone at 432 that we don't know is better than Naito. So it has to be a criteria problem. There's no way it's just he's not good. I mean, that invalidates your list.
Has he wrestled enough matches? Like,
That's
has
what
he
I
been
mean.
wrestling a lot of matches, Tommy?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
When is the measuring period from?
I think it's July to July, or July 1 to June 30th, if I'm not mistaken, on this year. So
No, he's wrestled that entire time.
interesting.
They're like, yeah, a lot of them were tag team matches. Like I know him and Sonata were in the World Tag League. What happened?
Jason.
Oh,
and
like legit, no.
and I'm
that's a
not
good
gonna
point.
lie, I don't know if he means numerically on the list or getting pinned because it kind of works both ways.
Yeah, the answer to that is, of course, obvious. Yes. But no, man, no. Naito. Okay, there was. So he didn't wrestle as much.
There's got to be something because there's no way he's not top 500 if he meets all criteria. That's just the dumbest thing. And I'm not even a big I don't know as much about New Japan, but I know number 376 from the West Coast Indies is not better than Naito. And I don't mean that to insult number 376, but it's just fact. Come on.
Just Sandra Moon,
and-
by the way. Just throwing it out there. Sandra Moon.
Yeah,
So,
with all
yeah.
due respect, Sandra Moon, I'm sure you're great, but you're not better than Naito. That's
No, he. Okay, I gotta figure. I gotta know why he's not on this list because that's some bull. Because I'm looking at it now. He wrestled that entire time, and he was in the finals of the G1.
I really expect this to be addressed very, very soon.
They better because
Yeah.
F this list, bro. If they don't even have Naito
Yeah.
at least in 5. Oh, bullshit!
Yeah.
I call bull on this, man.
What?
What?
They don't have him because like
Oh,
Oh.
I thought you found something else. I was like, what
no,
else?
because look, he was even wrestling like on the All Together show that New Japan and Noah and All Japan did. I thought he wrestled didn't he wrestle one of Muda's last match? Yeah, he wrestled Muda's last
Oh
match.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this list is trash. Throw the whole thing away. I don't even care anymore.
I'm interested to see what happens about how PWI addresses this. I haven't seen anything on their Twitter account yet. I remember one time last year there was someone that was mistakenly removed, like they just omitted the number altogether. They meant to put a certain wrestler there. They put someone twice.
What happened here?
They put someone twice, like someone was here was supposed to be someone else here, and they corrected that on Twitter and mentioned that, but no word yet as to why he hasn't been included. I can search Pro Wrestling Illustrated and see if they even tweeted anything.
BS, bro.
Are we gonna go more in depth with this next week, or are we talking about it just all right now?
We are going to go more in depth next week. I
Okay,
expect
okay.
them to kind of jump like so far. They've only announced the top 10, which they announced on Busted Open Radio. And here's what the full cover is going to look like too, by the way. So for the magazine.
And of
itself.
course, Moxley's bleeding.
Yeah. So
Still a picture they could get.
They're like,
And
find one
so-
of him not bleeding a match. When he's
Oh.
coming down to the ring, no, he's still
Yeah.
bleeding.
So yeah, I'm
Yes,
very
Percy,
interested to
thank
see what happens, how they address this. So far, nothing on Twitter about this. Very, very interesting.
Tommy, do you know a wrestler named Tetsuya Endo?
I do know that name. I actually do,
Okay.
yeah.
Because I was
That's-
looking down, I was like, are you sure maybe they didn't mix names up? Because that
That's
name
148. I
kind of
mean,
close. I know.
plausible. Yeah.
Actually, now that you say that, I'm curious. Did how often did he wrestle?
Sorry. Anyways.
No, now I'm down the rabbit hole because
Yeah.
I'm
'Cause you're mad?
because I'm legit pissed. And I'm
Well, this
trying
was a
to-
great show, guys. We'll see.
Yeah. So ignore me for the rest if I just say things randomly. Okay, there's no way that he beat out Naito. He did not wrestle as much.
Maybe that's a typo. Who knows?
And-
Maybe they put the wrong name. Who knows?
And again, and he's at 148.
Yeah.
You're telling me not 500? Come on.
Oh, hold on.
Sometimes I think each year they choose something to be
Wait,
controversial
okay,
so that
yeah.
people will talk about it.
Okay, so it's from July of 2022 to July of 2023, right?
Pretty
I
much.
believe so, yeah.
So July to July.
Well, July 1st to June 30th, basically.
July
Yeah.
July 1st to June 30th.
Yeah, let me make sure of that.
Okay, then either they thought they were typing in Tetsuya Naito and typed in Endo or not, because Tetsuya Endo didn't start. It actually took us. I think he was injured No, not injured, but he didn't like from that criteria. No, he did not wrestle anywhere near as many. You know what?
Did I just solve this problem?
You might have solved it.
Also,
I'm curious.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna piss you off a little bit more one more time, Tommy.
Sure, why not?
Osmosis is 174.
Oh my god. All right.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Wow. This show's off the rails. I think he might have actually left for good. All right.
You might have.
Let's move on to RCW. Go RCW.
Well, I guess I'm covering this.
I guess so. Wow. Well, this weekend RCW is running their Go RCW Go event. Kind of an interesting thing. They have a couple of six-packs challenge matches related to a championship, and there was kind of a draft for these kind of things too. So
Yeah, if you have a chance, go watch that video.
yeah,
because it's Boom Boom Oliver running
Yeah.
the draft for the two scrambles. Yeah, you're right. It's pretty funny.
yeah. Total of 6 matches announced on this card. Couple of six-packs challenges. There's I think it's an 8-man tag team match, and then the Phoenix Championship, International Championship, and the Women's Championship on the line. So, but let's talk about these six-pack challenges. We were waiting for Impact to do these. Now we got RCW doing them. Both of these will be refereed by Funaki. The first one is Devin Carter versus Brandon Weiss, Joey Hyder, Anthony Andrews, Alex Arsenal, and Bo Lemire. That's the first one.
Yeah.
Bo Lemire. The second one is Chris Marvel, JP Harlow, Casey Blackrose, Lugatti, Don Juan, and Eric.
I would like to point out before we go further with this pick because I'm still mad.
Okay.
Naito has wrestled 168 matches since July of last year. Tetsuya Endo wrestled approximately 91.
Okay.
This list better get fixed before this week is out, or somebody gonna get punched in the face.
Oh boy.
What are we picking again? I'm sorry, I legitimately didn't hear anything before I came
We're
back.
talking Go RCW Go.
Oh
RCW
yeah,
Go.
yeah,
Yeah,
RCW,
cool.
hooray! River City Wrestling. Go.
Brandon, if you're watching this, you know why he's doing it. It's not personal.
It's
Yeah,
not personal.
you
He's
know I
mad
love
about something
RCW.
else.
He's
Yes,
in a
you
dark
do.
place right now.
You know I love
Yeah.
RCW. Where's that stupid tag on this water? I'm
Yeah.
so freaking mad right now.
Birdsey, you could be right. He's got to let that anger out. So yeah.
Burns, I don't know if you're referring to the fact that SmackDown's #1 announcer will be the referee for these two six-pack.
Pretty sure.
It is what it means.
I'm like, you guys want to pick these? We're gonna see how we do on
Do
this.
we want to pick these?
I don't know. This is
I kind of
crazy.
do.
You
'Cause
got okay.
I
All right,
definitely
Mike,
have.
roll the dice and see what you
I was
find.
gonna leave it up to the group decision. If you want
know
to, I'm in.
Do you have a dice there in front of you? Because I don't.
No,
Damn
I
it.
don't.
I need to
have
get
one.
one for these scrum. Oh,
I have
sweet.
one.
All right, let's have a little fun here.
Okay.
Tommy.
Yes.
Okay, we're going in order 1 through 6 here.
So
You're gonna roll first.
So have you have it listed in the list, right?
Yeah, you have a list of the list.
Okay.
You're gonna roll a die. The first number
Okay.
is your pick. So
The first number's mine? Okay.
Yes.
So that means Devin's 1, Brandon's 2,
Yeah.
Joey's 3,
Yeah.
Anthony's 4, Arsenal's 5, and Bomir's 6. Okay, I'll go
Yeah.
first.
All right. This is gonna be
Everyone
fun.
see? All right, here you go. I got 4. So
Anthony,
Anthony Andrews, damn it!
All right.
Damn
Next
it!
roll is Mike. Next roll is Mike.
Or Michael, did you have someone you wanted to pick?
No, I
yeah,
say-
but apparently
I say we luck
Tracy
of the
wants
draw.
us to-
Yeah, let's
Okay,
have some
just-
fun with this, just for the hell of
Sure.
it. Yeah. We'll do the roll picks, and then if you want to make an actual pick, you can do that.
Okay,
too. So
let's do
yeah.
that.
What I roll?
You rolled 5. You got Arsenal.
Okay.
I've seen him a few times.
All right. Roll mine.
He ain't
See
gonna
it.
win.
Okay. Yeah. You got 3, JC.
Oh,
You got-
Joey Hyder. Here we go. Go Stros, baby. Let's do this. All right. Who do you guys think is gonna win?
Mike, you go first. I want to know.
I think with what's happened to the last few shows that I've seen, I think they're gonna go Bo Amir in this one
Okay.
because they really seem to be pushing him as the 7-foot giant.
Yeah.
Tommy.
For reasons I'm not sure I can explain just yet, I'm going to pick Devin Carter.
All right.
Just
Okay
out of
with
curiosity. No, actually, no, I can't explain it. It'll go into my actual pick. for the second match. So
Okay. I'm actually gonna go with Devin Carter. This is the first time he's wrestling since some fan tried to call out RCW about him being booked event, right? I try to remember that shit, so
dude, that was so stupid.
yeah.
Again, with no disrespect intended, he's not the gayest guy I've seen in RCW.
Yeah.
Look, as long as one member of the Texas Treats is wrestling,
Yeah.
just saying.
All right.
And to be fair, we had Cassandro in San Antonio way before anyone else like knew who he was. So.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really crazy when I look back.
Yeah, dude, isn't it though?
Yeah, and he's having
It's like a
movie
documentary coming out.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
making a movie about him now, basically.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, Tommy, pull the dice out. Let's get the rolls for the next match.
All right.
This
Wait,
one's for
did you roll for JC? Did I miss that? Was
Yeah,
I
he did. Joey Hyder.
He got a Joey
Oh,
Hyder.
okay.
Joey Hyder.
Okay, so that's Chris Marvel, JP Harlow, Casey Blackrose, Lou Gotti, Don Juan, and Eric probably Walker. Eric Walker.
Yeah, Eric
just
Walker.
put it Eric Walker.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right. So who do I roll for first?
that's same order. You first.
So for me first. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got 3, so that's
Casey
Blackrose.
Oh, nice.
No, not bad at all.
All right, Mike is next.
Mike
Roll
is
another
next.
3, please.
Actually, I rolled 5 that time. So you got
Don
No.
Juan.
that pick is the best.
All right, what do I got?
I'll take it down one.
Swear to God, if I get a 2.
hold on, I fell.
Right.
You got a 5 as well, though.
5, Don Juan.
Yeah. You two got the best.
Yes.
Wait, are we tits, by the way? Are we?
Haven't
Tits and
haven't
trading.
you always been?
Yeah. So
Well.
I mean, you're old tits, but you know.
Oh, let's not go down the road.
he's kind of related to me, so I guess some family tits or something. I don't know. Mike, who are you picking to win this
Definitely a
one?
road we don't want to go down.
Yeah.
I'm picking Casey for this.
All right.
Because we love Casey. He's super impressive. And we are going to be counting the backbreakers that he does in this match.
What about you, Tommy?
I'm actually going Chris Marvel.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I see. What
Yeah, you see, yeah, exactly.
Wow, Devin Carter versus Chris Marvel is what you're going
Absolutely. They've already had a match before, but I see no reason why they shouldn't have a second.
for? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go JP Harlow. Go Stros, baby. Let's do this. Yeah. So.
You mean go Texans, if I remember correctly.
No. Shut up.
No, he's going to wear an Astros jersey.
And
You
the
better ask
Browns. And the Browns, if you follow his social media. Just throwing that
Really?
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, Browns. My God, they put a whooping on the Bengals.
They
this past week,
did, dude.
So yeah,
I got to watch the
Yeah, week
Dallas
one.
highlights. It was crazy.
it's true. Week 1, did everybody overreact? Right. All right.
Week one was insane.
Yeah. Nuts. Okay, now we don't have to. We can put the die away if you want, or just roll it for your picks if you want. But Pillars of Destiny, Jesse James versus the River City Kingdom on this one. Mike, what do you got?
Well, first of all, we have a James family reunion.
Yeah.
They faced each other, was it last show or 2 shows
I think it
ago?
was 2 shows ago.
The now Gutter Snake Izzy James, who we've known under various. Anyways, that is now the Gutter Snake Izzy James with the Professor Jess E. James.
Yep.
With the Pillars of Destiny against River City Kingdom, and even though they're using River City, booed all of them. So definitely picking the Pillars and the James boys.
James
All right.
I hope that's not trademarked anywhere, but you know.
I mean, shouldn't be. Tommy, what about you?
anyone with River City Kingdom. I mean, Phil's Destiny, Izzy James, and Jesse James. Because if I give Rob Love props for anything, I have to immediately punch myself afterwards. So
yeah,
it's just the rule I have.
I
can't,
clean sweep for me. Yeah, going with Pillars, Izzy James, Jesse James for sure. All right, Phoenix Championship is Alejandro Quintanilla, aka Alejandro Leon, defending against Emi Camacho.
Ooh.
Okay.
Potential match of the night candidate, guys.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
could be.
And Tommy, see if I'm correct on this thinking, because I think there's a little bit of multiverse Texas going on here. In the DFW and most other areas, Emmy Camacho is aligned with her family in the
Yes.
DFW style cartel, right? Except in RCW at the moment,
Yes.
where Alejandra is, but Emmy, as of right now, is not. Right?
Right.
Okay. So, love both of these. They're incredible talents. But I think this is where they prune that multiverse and put it all back on the same sacred timeline, if you will. I think the cartel is going to turn on Alejandra and bring Emmy back into, or bring her into the family in RCW. And I think Emmy's going to win with some cheating. As much as I kind of don't want to, because we love Alejandra, I do think Emmy's going to win with shenanigans. Yeah, see, Jason said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of a double turn. As you were mentioning, I was thinking, you know what, that'd be pretty cool to do this because this is the first time they face each other
Yeah.
in this event. So yeah, it would, or at RCW. So it would make total sense to do a double turn like this. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I'm kind of with you on that. Emmy winning, but it's gonna flip completely. So, Tommy, what about you?
I agree about the turn. I just think Alejandra's going to win, so I'm just going to say
okay.
she's going to retain. But I just think I do agree about the double turn. Just but that's just my opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, man.
RCW International Championship, David Kidd defending against Diego Rene.
I have to say, a couple weeks ago when I went to the Texas All-Star Wrestling out at Traders Village, Diego Rene and a bunch of the hybrid guys were there. And I have never seen Diego have so much fun being heelish with the fans. Like, it was really great. Like, he always kind of comes out at both at hybrid and at RCW as the treat in training, as that kind of stuff. So he's always kind of connected with them. Here he was a little more solo and he was having a great time. That being said, you can't beat David Kidd. He is the king of the playground. I hear he's been drinking his chocolate milk. So I am going to go with David Kidd on this one to retain his title.
All right, Tommy.
Yeah, same. David Kidd, because I think he's just gonna retain. And Diego Renee's, he's got a lot to learn. But I'm kidding.
Same for me, David Kidd as well. So
He is a pirate, though.
This is true. He's a pirate. RMAD.
And the RCW Women's Championship, Maddie Rakowski defending against Danny B. I'm sticking with Maddie on this one. Which, by the way, the latest side character spotlight was great. Yeah, I love EC3's appearances on there.
Man,
yeah, so
that shows just something I look forward to every week now. It's ridiculous.
So,
Tommy, you've already pissed off enough people. Just go ahead and piss off someone else. I want to hear you say it.
yeah, Tommy, go ahead. Who are you picking?
Look, I'm just gonna play it safe on this one. I'm just gonna say Maddie because
For your own safety, is that what you're saying?
yes.
Okay, yeah, just make it sure.
Yeah. When I say play it safe, I meant so I make it out okay. because the day Maddie snaps and decides to just assault someone, it's going to be me. I'm not even saying that's hyperbole.
It's gonna be May.
Yeah, legitimately. Maybe it'll happen in May. I don't know, but it's going to be me.
Tommy, in a weird way, I could almost see it envision if they're all at the same show, 3 women fighting over you, but not like fighting for your heart.
I knew you were going with this.
Like Angel, Jasmine, Maddie. Who gets to beat you up first?
Well, here's the difference. If it's Maddie at Mission Pro, my saving grace is Lagaya.
Fair enough. So, well, I don't know. I feel like if Maddie beat you up, Lagaya might still take a picture with Bougie and then tempt you afterwards.
Yeah, no, that's gonna happen. You're not wrong at all. Matter of fact, I couldn't agree with you more.
Hold on, okay. Mike, who are you picking on this one?
Sorry, I'm gonna go with Maddie.
Okay.
So
No, I think I just got an idea here. All right, Tommy.
Oh no.
Marry, kiss, kill. Angel Blue, Jasmine Allure, Maddie Rakowski. Go.
Wow.
Damn. Do you seriously want me to answer?
I mean, yeah. It's just it was out there.
Mary kiss. So Angel, Maddie, Jasmine, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Tommy, remember when you walked away earlier when you heard the Naito news?
That's different.
I would not be. I would respect you if you did it here too. I'm just throwing it out there.
No, I think this will be funny, and if they actually see this, that means they'll watch the show, and I'm in.
Okay.
So, kill Jasmine. I don't know how pop Mike. That's one reason why I even did that. Guess Maddie. I'd marry Angel.
You marry Angel Blue. All right.
It would just be the most angry relationship ever.
It'd be the angriest wedding I would think of.
I mean, don't y'all already kind of argue like an old bitter married couple?
Well, yeah.
For
I
years.
mean, well, obviously, if we didn't meet other people, it would have been me and her in the end, of course.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
just again, like Jason said, the angriest wedding ever. Just
Yeah. So with
Can you
mariachis.
imagine that, just like yelling down the aisle, just like, "What is taking you so long?"
Yeah, we all saw it, Jason. We know it was without hesitation that first
Yeah.
book.
I thought about it. I just made my choice.
Yeah. Oh, great stuff, guys. Yeah. Had to ask. You gave me 3 names. I was like, you know what? This would be a perfect time. So.
I can't believe you did that, you jack.
Yeah. All right, go RCW. Go. I don't have a graphic for it. Sorry. Saturday, September
I do.
16th. There you go.
There you go.
This is the logo they're using for the show, and if you have tickets and
All right.
you get there in time, they have stickers.
All right, Mike, hold still. Yeah. Oh, dang it, your camera's weird. September 16th, 7 p.m. Central Time. Doors open at 6. It is at the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church, 1630 Goliad Road. If you're not able to attend or it's sold out, you can also watch it on Title Match Network. Good job, Mike.
Good job, Mike.
Yes. If I don't have a graphic, Mike, just make sure you got the shirt on. I guess we'll just kind of do that from now on, right? So,
Look,
the show from
I'm
now
gonna
on.
have to throw my Cash App again if I'm gonna have to buy all these shirts. So
you just print out the logo and hold it up, right? All right. With that, guys, let's move into our 1-minute warning segment here. I have a feeling Tommy's might be pretty angry, but we'll talk about it later. Mike, do you have something this week?
yeah.
All right. Whenever you're ready, set. Let me turn this on and go.
You know, I know in the past on the show I've kind of, I don't know, complained or mentioned that I'm not always the biggest fan of WWE's latest obsession over the last handful of years of title reigns and focusing on, Roman Reigns and the longest reign of this time. And when the New Day, whoever beat, when the Usos, I think, beat the Demolition for the longest reigning tag team champs or whatever. And it just seems like they're trying to do it with all their titles. That being said, I couldn't be happier that Gunther beat the Honky Tonk Man for the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. Because it's not that he wasn't good, but his character just never seemed for what the IC title has been all this time. Like, don't get me wrong, I know he's a vet, I know he's great, but Gunther has just been killing it.
Yep.
I do have to say, we thought having his name changed was going to hurt him, and it's still a dumb name, but he made it really awesome. So, shout out to him, the longest reigning IC title champ of all time, Gunther, who I say goodbye to every time the show's going off the air.
That's a great tradition too on the show. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tommy, you got something this week?
I didn't, but I do now.
All right. If you're ready. Go.
Well, 11 o'clock is in 35 minutes, so just kind
Whatever.
of short.
Okay, go for it.
How, in the bluest of hells, do you have Tetsuya Naito wrestle? And I'm gonna bring up the number again because it's relevant. If you're going by the criteria of the time span, 168 matches. That's listed in the calendar year that you created, and he's not on your list. Tetsuya Naito, the only dude who, after years of t-shirt domination, actually outsold Bullet Club, essentially when his faction had 4 people. And he can't get on your list. Somebody better fix this. And I mean now.
That was good timing. All right.
This is probably the angriest I've ever been on the show. Like legit
Yeah.
pissed. Like
You know what? And I just thought of this as you were talking about that. If I was an indie dude, like in the upper numbers, I would get some attention for myself by saying, "Hey Naito, take my number. You clearly deserve it more than me." I think that'd be a good way for someone further down the list to get a little buzz for themselves.
yeah.
Be like,
Yeah.
"Hey Naito, you totally deserve my number."
Yeah.
Tetsuya Endo, we're looking at you. I just
Thank you, Jason. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I was legitimately like, wait, didn't that match happen? I thought I was like high or drunk or something, and I don't drink or smoke. And I was like, wait, didn't this match happen? Was that not a big deal? Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a headache now.
Well, I don't know if I can follow that, so I'm just gonna I'm good. I'm good at this point, so I can't.
Yeah, Burns.
I
Sometimes
was
I am too. Just
My 1 minute warning honestly was going to talk about how WWE I think pulled the trigger a little too early on the Bloodline storyline, but that's pretty much it. Raised to be seen.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was really it. So-
I didn't mean to take away your end.
No, it's fine. I can't follow that. I was just, but I mean that's just my general thought. I think it's something they should have kept going at least until Roman lost the title, but maybe that's the plan. Who knows? So I don't know.
I think the whole the Jimmy thing doesn't make any sense anymore.
No.
Yeah. So
Also, I'm just gonna say, I wasn't thinking before we got on the show that it was gonna go as many places as it did.
yeah,
It's been a fun hour or so.
Yeah,
it has been. It has been.
Yeah, it went places. I'm sorry for all the swearing, everyone who watches this, but
No, you're not. It was justified.
I didn't say it wasn't justified. I'm just sorry that it erupted out of me like it did. It was justified. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
I took on the 500.
next week. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just thought of another sign for the October 21st show.
Oh,
It's just going to be Tommy's answers to the Kiss, Marry, Kill.
what?
Oh.
What did you do?
I'm kidding. It'd be funny though.
Oh my God! Thank you everybody for joining us. Yeah, next week we'll look back on RCW's RCW Go, and we'll dive a bit deeper into the PWI 500.
Oh yes,
Yes, we will. And I thought the most controversial thing was going to be that Seth Rollins was number one.
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all. He could be
We'll
number one for all I care for the rest of this decade. Where is Naito?
We will be following the at official PWI Twitter account to see if they give a statement on why Naito was not on this list. And I
better be a hell.
I'm
of a
sure
statement.
people are going to be bombarding them, wondering why he's absent for the PWI 500. Was this a typo? What is going on here? Yeah, so Tommy's about to create 5 different Twitter accounts and just go crazy. So
There's Twitter accounts now.
whatever. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry, just like
Bernsey, he's still there. He loves us too much. So
hold on. I don't want to keep the show going on too longer.
yeah.
Where's Jeff Cobb?
Are you serious?
Is he not on there?
Well, I'm in the hundreds that he's not there, and that seems like a dumb thing.
There you
Sorry.
go. Let me pull
Hold
this
on.
up here.
We'll get to this next week.
Let me see if he's on there.
I'm sure he is.
He is 311.
I'm sorry, what?
Whoa.
311. All right, we're gonna save the anger for next week. I'm out. Let's
So,
go.
can we start at like 7:30 next week?
7:30.
At what time?
Can we start like at 7:30 next week?
Fuck, you guys have to start without me. I got something. to practice.
Oh, we would, and we could.
Tracy, just jump in when you can. All right, we'll still be talking about it.
It's just
So JC jumps in at 9:15, whatever. We're like sweaty and then like all like. "Ah."
You're like, damn, Mike.
We're like lifting stuff over our heads, like just.
We got that wall from It's Always Sunny behind us.
You know what? Now that you said that, Mike, I fully expect to see a whole bunch of post-it notes and yarn on your back wall next week, trying to figure out what the hell happened.
Post-it notes and yarn. Okay.
You probably forgot where he is too, but
I would like to forget where he is because I just don't want to remember.
Where is Tyrus? Let me see. 58 for Tyrus. Yep.
What?
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We
On
do
that note-
appreciate it. Yes. Join us next week. We're going to dive digger into the PWI 500. It's going to be a doozy. You don't want to miss it because I'm sure we're going to want your opinions as well. Be sure you're joining us in the chat, live chat along with us for this one. This is going to be fun. I can't wait. Over here, we got Tommy. We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby faces. Remember, PWI fucked up. Pro wrestling is real. People are fake. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Adios, Gunther.